Happening now, the community is speaking out about an alleged drug den that's causing havoc to one quiet street. We hear from residents next. Plus, the latest on the missing swimmer in Chautauqua Lake.
Well, more clouds than sunshine today, a few scattered showers, but a better chance for showers and storms tomorrow. I've got the full forecast next. The news at noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. A group of West Ellicott residents voiced their concerns over what they allege is criminal activity occurring at 201 Frederick Boulevard during a town board meeting last night. Sue Wilder was one of those who addressed the board. She says the alleged activity is occurring around the clock.
It has become a commune, drug, and brothel residence, in my opinion. At any given time, there is anywhere from 6 to 10 people living there. To say I am concerned about the safety of our neighborhood stands to reason. Night activity is ongoing. I am now a night owl and do not sleep because of the ongoing traffic into this house. Though I have to say they are getting brave because now it's all hours of the day. They know police hands are tied and they can get away with it.
Now, Town Supervisor Patrick McLaughlin tells us that he is sympathetic towards those who live in that neighborhood. However, the board is limited on what they can do legally regarding the situation, but he did encourage them to reach out to Ellicott Police for more. Now, WNY News Now reached out to Dan Evans, who the group says is the property owner, for comment. He has not returned our call yet. We will let you know if and when he does. Deputies have identified the missing swimmer whose body was recovered yesterday afternoon in Chautauqua Lake. According to the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office, 46-year-old Brian Twardowski of Jamestown was swimming with a woman and 3 children in the lake on Sunday afternoon when he went missing after large waves from an incoming storm pulled him into the water. The county water emergency team was dispatched to assist navigation units in the search of that area along Bemis Point, Asheville, and Lakewood fire departments. Officials called off the search later Sunday afternoon due to inclement weather, but resumed their searches on Monday. Twardowski's body was located using sonar around 11:30 on Monday. Well, one of the area's largest nursing home facilities is working on a plan to resume visitation this week. Lisa Haglund, the CEO of Heritage Ministries, tells us her team is currently working with other nursing homes in the area to draft a plan. She says once procedures are outlined, her group will release that plan to the community.
We need people to understand that even when we do reopen and as we reopen, there's going to be a lot of protocols around that. There's going to be safety screenings. We're going to do as much as we can outside, but we're only going to allow.
Now, Haglund says those wishing to visit their family members would likely have to make an appointment beforehand. Additionally, if an employee or resident tests positive for COVID-19, the visitation for that building would be suspended. Now, the visitation plan will likely be released sometime this week. Assisted living facilities with Heritage Ministries have already begun allowing some limited visitation. Well, despite the pandemic and during lockdowns, Americans were spending big on some pretty big television. The research firm NPD found that consumers were buying televisions at levels usually seen during the holiday season. In the first half of 2020, sales of 65-inch TVs or larger were up 53%. The group says the technology helped keep people busy and entertained while many were stuck at home. In addition to TVs, there were also a surge in sales for sound bars, streaming players, and mounts. But this current growth may not change the projected decline in technology sales overall. The Consumer Technology Association forecasts a 2% decrease in those sales for this year. certainly, I'm sure a lot of people, especially if they did get some stimulus money, went out and spent a little bit. Let us know what you spent your money on in the comments down below. I can tell you that, ironically, I did buy a new TV during the COVID-19 pandemic, and I did use part of the stimulus money to do that, because a few days after we got the stimulus check in the mail, our TV decided to die. So it was a decision on our part. We're like, well, I guess we have this money, and my girlfriend and I were gracious enough to still be able to work as essential workers throughout the pandemic. So we figured, well, we'll use this and save the rest. Let us know what you guys did down in the comments. Got to say hello to Charlie. Good to see David as well. Thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with us. Good to see Joseph, Dave, Wallace as well. Hopefully everybody is enjoying their day out there. Certainly not disappointing weather-wise. Let's get a check of that now with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. And Mr. Hunter, a lot of people did go out and splurge. That report was no different. And I know you splurged a little bit too.
Yeah, what I did is that I paid off my credit card with the stimulus money, and I also bought my iPhone 11. So I can't really say anything about the people who bought televisions, because I bought a phone myself. So I guess I don't have any room to talk. Here's a live look coming from Presque Isle Beach, and it's not really beach weather today. We've got a lot of clouds around today, more than we had yesterday, but if you do want to head out to the beach, if you did have a beach trip planned today, you should be mainly dry, but there will be a small chance for a spotty shower near the New York-Pennsylvania line today, but expect lots of clouds. The Lake Erie water temperature 76 degrees, so bath water, if you're going to the lake, to any of the beaches, make sure you bring the soap with you. First Defense Doppler radar shows you a few of those showers moving across northwestern Pennsylvania. These will ultimately start to move up into western New York. And again, the better chance for these is going to be right near the state line today. So if you're further to the north, you'll likely stay dry with lots of clouds. But if you're down near the state line, you will expect a few showers basically through the afternoon. 79 was the high yesterday. 60 is, of course, was the low this morning. That actually felt refreshing after a while. 95 is the record high for today, and 38 is the record low set back in 1974. So through the afternoon, partly to mostly cloudy, spotty afternoon showers, especially near the New York-Pennsylvania state line today, but less humid. 77 at the waterfront, 83 inland with a light and variable wind. A better chance for showers and storms tomorrow. Some of them, once again, could be strong to severe. We'll break it down in a few. Justin?
All right, Dakota, thank you. A 31-year-old man died following a motorcycle crash over the weekend. New York State Police report that Timothy Volt was riding on Fredonia Stockton Road following three friends on his 2007 Harley Davidson Saturday afternoon when he lost control crossing the center line and struck a trailer being towed by a pickup truck. Troopers say he was ejected from his bike and suffered severe body trauma. They say the Harley continued down the road and eventually struck a second vehicle. Now, at the time of the crash, police believe that he was driving the speed limit and not riding impaired by drugs or alcohol. They believe his experience riding a motorcycle is likely to blame for the crash. And a man is facing charges after allegedly attempting to rob a bank in Ellicott yesterday. Town of Ellicott police report 38-year-old Jason Maisonet entered the lobby of the community bank around 11:50 and told the clerk to open up that safe. Now, this is file video from the previous robbery at that location a few years ago. Police say a customer in the lobby told him to leave, and when he refused to do so, that citizen took him out and pushed him through the front door. Officers later arrived on scene and took the man into custody. He's charged with third-degree attempted robbery. Police say he was taken to UPMC Chautauqua Hospital for evaluation. Coming up, why New York's governor is helping other states fight COVID-19. And later on, we tell you about a fundraiser that aims to help those on the front lines. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back. New York's governor flew to Georgia yesterday, pledging to help the city of Savannah fight COVID-19 in a barely concealed rebuttal to Georgia's Republican leadership as virus cases start to surge in that state. Governor Cuomo declined to directly criticize the governor, but warmly praised Savannah's mayor, a native of New York State, who's been a scorching critic of the governor's practices in recent days. Cuomo says New York has to be interested in what's happening in other parts of the country because infected people from those states are likely to spread the virus to New York. Now, New York has previously promised to aid Atlanta and Houston. The governor portrayed his mission as an effort to help overcome political divisions and simply fight COVID-19.
It's New York, and it's Savannah, and it's California, and it's Ohio, and it's Maine, because if the virus is thriving anywhere, it will thrive everywhere. So New York, yes, we got the virus under control, and we're now down to one of the lowest infection rates on the globe. Great. I take no peace in that, because if it's increasing in Georgia and it's increasing in Texas and increasing in Florida, guess what? It will be increasing in New York in just a matter of time.
Cuomo delivered masks, test kits, gowns, face shields, and hand sanitizers there. He says he will help Savannah set up 2 new public testing sites aimed at lower-income people and says he would share contact tracing expertise. Well, there's possible progress towards a COVID-19 vaccine. Preliminary results of 2 vaccines, one developed by the University of Oxford, the other by CanSino Biologies, are encouraging. The Oxford trial included more than 1,000 people, and results suggest the vaccine is safe and that it includes an immune response. The CanSino trial also found its candidates produced antibodies a month after getting vaccinated. Both researchers caution, though, more studies are needed and it isn't clear yet if either vaccine candidate protects people for an extended period of time. The World Health Organization says there are currently 23 vaccines in clinical trials worldwide. Well, time is running out for millions of Americans who depend on federal support while unemployed. But this Saturday may be the last time more than 25 million people see a $600 weekly check from Washington, unless Congress acts fast. But the parties seem miles apart from a COVID stimulus compromise. Our Nadia Romero is at the White House with more on what the president's priorities are.
Inside the Oval Office,
we have a lot of good things happening.
President Trump and congressional Republican leaders spoke about their focus for the next round of coronavirus stimulus funding.
Kids in school, jobs, and health care.
The clock is ticking on Republicans, Democrats, and the White House to get a deal done. As coronavirus surges in parts of the country and millions of Americans are unemployed, the stakes couldn't be higher.
So you can't pass the bill in the Senate without the Democrats, and we'll begin to talk to them as well.
Democrats already passed their proposal in the House. The $3 trillion measure, dubbed the HEROES Act, includes hazard pay for healthcare workers, another round of stimulus checks, and more funding for the CDC.
We are going to do everything we can to make sure that the CDC is fully funded in the stimulus package.
In addition, the Democrats' plan extends the $600 a week federal unemployment benefit. Republicans also want to continue to offer federal unemployment support, but
we're going to make sure that we don't pay people more money to stay home than go to work.
Instead, the Trump administration is looking at a $1 trillion package, including various credits and incentives like a payroll tax cut.
I think it's an incentive for companies to hire their workers back and to keep their workers. So payroll tax cut to me is very important.
From the price tag to the policy proposals, Democrats and Republicans have different visions for the legislation, meaning it may be a bumpy road to get much needed aid into the hands of Americans.
We're working and negotiating with the Democrats on trying to get a plan that helps small businesses, helps people, helps this country.
At the White House, I'm Nadia Romero.
Nadia, thank you. Local Congressman Tom Reed says he supports a second round of stimulus focusing on frontline COVID-19 workers. A local fire department is holding a chicken dinner fundraiser to help keep its emergency services running. The Fluvanna Fire Department is holding its second Chivette's Chicken Barbecue on Saturday at 11 a.m. until all the food is sold. Now, each dinner is $10 with a half a chicken, 2 sides, and a roll. The department says the previous fundraising effort was a large success, and the group has already received several meal requests for this upcoming event. Now, prior to the COVID pandemic and subsequent gathering restrictions, the volunteer fire department relied on bingo to manage expenses. The department is also giving away 2 free meals to a Facebook fan who likes, shares, and follows their page. Well, we thank you all so much for joining us here for WNY News Now as we make our way through another week. Let's now get a check of our full First Defense weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. And certainly everybody loves chicken dinner, and especially when it's going to a good cause, it seems like it just tastes so much better, Dakota.
Yeah, it does. I mean, how can you not like barbecue chicken? If you hate barbecue chicken, you are wrong. That's all I got to say about that. But this is right. How about the low temperatures this morning? 60 was essentially the low temperature this morning. 62 in Dunkirk and 67 over in Erie. They stayed a little bit warmer again. The lakeshore often stays warmer in the summer. In Olean, 59 is what you dropped to this morning. Now, the temperatures yesterday, I showed you the high temperatures for the month so far. This is the high and low temperatures combined. So when you add all these together, these are essentially all the days that are shaded in orange are days where we had temperatures above the average for that particular date. When you add all these together, our average high for the month is at 76.2 degrees. That's over 5 degrees above normal to where we should be. And as we stand right now, understand this could change, but as we stand right now, this is the warmest July on record, dating all the way back to 1895. So just think about that for a minute. It has been hot and humid, and more of it's on the way. So a spotty shower this afternoon. We told you that earlier. Again, another chance for strong to severe storms tomorrow. The good news, we're not expecting another tornado event like we had last Thursday, and it's a very small risk at that. And of course, we'll show you that in just a second here. Sunshine returns later in the week, but like clockwork, more heat and more humidity. And looking down the road, it looks like heat and humidity will stay with us through probably much of August. Looking down the road, but that's not guaranteed, of course. But of course, we'll see what happens there. 73 as a noon hour right now. Southwest wind to 6, just lots of clouds around, and the dew point at 66. So there will be that small chance for a few showers, especially near the New York-Pennsylvania line today. Now, looking into tomorrow, the NOAA Storm Prediction Center has the entire region under a low-end marginal risk. That's a level 1 out of 5 for tomorrow. That's all the area here shaded in green. And again, this is through the day tomorrow with a storm system moving our way. Again, widespread showers and storms will be likely through the day tomorrow, and any one of them could contain strong gusty winds and maybe some heavy rainfall as well. Satellite and radar shows you those showers that are moving across northwestern Pennsylvania. These will clip the New York-Pennsylvania border and especially the far southern part of the southern tier. So if you're down near the state line, you'll have the better chance for a shower. If you're further to the north, you'll likely stay dry, but expect a lot of clouds around. And again, a cold front moving on through, so that'll ultimately help help to keep the humidity lower. And again, this is all in association with the next storm system that's coming our way. Look at all the lightning strikes back out into the Midwest. That's part of what's coming our way tomorrow. Let's show you a future scan here. Future scan shows you the idea of those scattered showers. And again, you can see where it's painting the rain today. Basically, central Chautauqua County, central Cattaraugus County, further to the south. So again, same as I said, if you're further to the north, you'll likely stay dry today. Maybe a few lingering showers tonight, otherwise mostly cloudy. Tomorrow will likely start dry, maybe with a few scattered showers. Here comes the storm coming our way out of the west. And again, any one of these could be strong with maybe brief gusty winds and maybe some heavy rainfall as well. That ultimately works through that essentially moves northeast, and then that'll continue especially through the night tomorrow. And then Friday, we actually start to, actually on Thursday, we have a few scattered showers and then we dry out coming to Friday. Getting ahead of myself there. So zone forecast, the inland areas today. Temperatures, this is all going to be dependent on the rain time and sunshine. These temperatures might be a bit overdone, but we're going around 80 around the city, lower temperatures elsewhere. And again, northwestern Pennsylvania, likely lower 80s there. Lakeshore today will probably be the cooler spot here, more clouds than sunshine, with temperatures actually in the lower, with the mid-lower 70s. How about the future? Next 7 days of your life coming up, I've got a trio of 80s for you. And again, there's a chance for a stronger storm tomorrow. Leftover showers on Thursday. As we head into Friday, less humid. Great, lots of sunshine. Saturday, sun rules, 83 degrees. As we go into the weekend and into the second part of the weekend into early next week, temperatures start warming up again and we're back to the hot stuff with pop-up showers and storms on Monday. Justin?
All right, Dakota, thank you. Well, members of the Falconer community came together to participate in the second annual Exceptional Stars Athletic Baseball game at Lions Field over the past weekend. Rich Bianco, a Falconer Central School teacher and event organizer, says that the event was a big success. He says the organization brought in 57 donated items and raised over $3,000 for the Billy Eskeli Scholarship Fund. If you remember, Eskeli, a Falconer Central School grad, was tragically killed back in 2016 in an accident involving a drunk driver in Ohio. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has presented numerous challenges to society as a whole, and Bianco says that his group and holding that game was necessary to boost the emotions of the community, and certainly a lot of awesome smiles there coming from that event, all hidden behind masks, of course, but great to see. That's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We got to say hello to Ryan, Justin, Sandra, Danny, Andy, and Tony. Good to see Sandra and Heather as well. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Thanks so much for joining us. We leave you with a live look over downtown Jamestown. As Dakota mentioned, we might see a couple of showers near the Pennsylvania line today. If you missed anything we talked about, don't worry. The broadcast is available live and on demand 24/7. And of course, when you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app, and we'll keep you in the know. Have a great day.